Hello again, this is Gary, and I'm going to continue with the video on test switches. This is a continuation of the test switch. And one of the things I want you to understand is how to look at this test switch and visualize it in your mind as you're looking at the drawing. So this is a CT circuit. So pretend this is the test switch for the CT circuit. And like I said before, odd numbers are on the top, even numbers on the bottom. Okay, so for example, let's just look at this. Your current comes in and goes to test switch 1, position 12. So on your test switch, you would go to position 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that means the current would come in here. That's 12. See, it comes in here from the field. This is in the field. To 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Then when you close the test switch, it goes to 11. See, there's 11. And then that goes to the relay. So on the back of the test switch, at position 11, it's wired to the back of the relay. That's why it's important to visualize this in your mind. All the odd numbers here, 11, 15, 19, 17, 13, 9, all go wired to the relay. All the even numbers go out to the field. This is out to the field because it goes back to a terminal block, and then it goes to another terminal block in another panel, and then it goes to another relay. Okay, we'll look at this now. A different circuit. Here's a PT circuit, or CCVT circuit. Again, this is the relay. The odd numbers, 1, 3, and 5, 1, 3, and 5 go to the relay. 1, 3, and 5 go to the relay, and 2, 4, and 6. 2, 4, and 6 go to the field. This is the field. Okay. Now we'll look at a trip circuit. I need to make sure that all this makes sense to you. Because if it doesn't, you're not going to understand these drawings. You're not going to understand what you're looking at, and you're not going to be able to visualize this in your mind. So this is important, that you can look at this, visualize it, and it makes sense to you. Okay, this is critical. So I'm going to find a circuit here. Here it is. It's a differential circuit. Okay. Now let's just pretend that this is our circuit right here. Okay. So we're going to look at this circuit. If you notice here, this is a trip circuit. So when you look at the test fingers, a trip circuit is always going to have 2 test fingers associated. So on this particular example, this is out 201 in the relay. Okay, look at 1 here on this test switch. 1, you know, is an odd number, so that means it's right here. This is position 1. 1 goes to the relay. Look, 1 goes to the relay. 2 goes to the field. Here's 2, it goes to the field. That's the field. Those are terminal blocks in the field. Let's go to 3. Where does 3 go? 1, 2, 3 goes to the relay. See, 3 goes to the relay. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is this knife blade, goes to the field. Notice 4 has a picture of a knife blade. That's what this looks like in the field. Okay. When you are checking, when you're doing isolations, one of the checks that you would do when you restore is you would apply your meter right here to check for voltage. So what position is this? This is position 2. So if I put a meter right here on 2, and this rail, this positive rail was energized, I would read positive 66 or 67 volts DC at 2. Okay. Then if I put my meter on 1, I would read nothing because there's no connection there to the positive rail. Now, if I close this finger on 1, on 2, I close the finger and it makes connection with 1, then I would read positive voltage all the way up to the contact. Now, if that contact was closed for any reason, I would read voltage on 3, 67 or 66 volts DC. 1, 2, 3. So if I close this contact, number 1, alpha finger, and I read voltage on B, which is finger 3, that means this contact has to be closed. And if that contact is closed, that means I have a standing trip. And if I close this finger, which is 3, with a standing trip, I'm going to send the trip down, and it's going to trip the breaker. This is a key fundamental to understand. And this happens, guys. This happens in the field more than you would believe. So when you look at this, you got to understand and be able to wrap it around your head and in your mind that the odd numbers go to the relay, the even numbers go to the field. And you have to understand the flow of electricity as it's going from the positive rail to the negative rail. That's all we did. Okay? We will cover this in detail in another lesson where we're doing isolations. We're going to have a training session on isolations and a training session on restoration. And we'll talk about this in detail again. So you guys are top notch. You're going to be the best testers in the world, guaranteed. Just keep watching these videos and keep learning. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day.